What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy 10th. I'm back with another video. This is actually going to be probably one of the first videos where I think I really try to do something different rather than the standard, just me showing you me doing sets of something. I am going to do that. I'm going to show you my leg day, a typical leg day for me with the voiceovers, underneath. And then I'm also going to do something different. I'm going to do this thing called Love That, Hate That. Basically, it's where I bring up a series of things that I like 4 things that I love about a certain subject and 4 things that I hate about a certain subject. Today, just because it matches the theme, it's going to be about gym content. Obviously, in the future, like as this progresses and depending on how well it takes with you guys, like you guys being future subscribers or people that are actually paying attention now, shout out to you. You guys can later comment in the comments different topics that we can cover with Love That, Hate That, just stuff like that, for me to give you guys a little bit of an idea of who I am as a person, and honestly maybe for me to see what you guys are also interested in down the road. That's just me thinking future tense. But for today, it's just going to be about things that I love in the gym and things that I hate in the gym. All right. So after every set of something new, like a new workout that I'm doing, I'm going to cut in and out with the Love That, Hate That response. All right. Just feeling it out.
All right, guys. Just like I said in my last video, anybody that's working out should start off their workout with a good dynamic stretch. These are called step overs. This variation I like. You're going to see it probably anytime I do a leg workout. 2 sets of 12 each leg of these. This right here is just some lateral leg swings for 2 sets of 12 each leg as well. Really good for opening up the hips. Front leg swings, same thing. It's just, good hip opening exercises. Great for a nice leg stretch. These are called kickstand squats. I always like to start off with these just to get some blood going in the knees, really work on the bending. 2 sets of 12 with just not even a heavy weight, just something with some weight to it. These right here are just me attempting to do some Cossack squats. I did 2 to 3 sets of 12 of these. Honestly, I'm not very flexible in the hip area, so these probably look terrible, but we're working on it. Growth. I'm using the weight to stabilize myself just because, honestly, I have a hard time just balancing with a natural Cossack squat right now. So yeah, recommend those. Really good for opening up the hips.
All right. And for the first hate that of the video, gym content, right? It's an obvious one. It's an easy one. It's something we see constantly on a regular basis. It's a never-ending story in the gym, unfortunately. Unless you have a really high-end gym where they're constantly monitoring this problem. We all know it. We all have seen it. I absolutely hate people who do not re-rack their weights. You know what I mean? At my gym in particular, there's this one guy, and I try to mind my own business. I really do. But every time I see this guy, I fight the urge to just say, bro, put your shit back, bro. Nobody is your parent here. Obviously, that would be contradictory if I said that because I'm trying to tell him what to do. But I have not. But I want to, because this man loads up the squat rack with 315, which is no problem. But let's say a woman or someone comes after, just anybody, bro. No one wants to take 315 pounds worth of weights, which is 645s off of a squat bar just to use it, whether they're benching, whether they're squatting, whatever. No one wants to do that. Or another example, people who leave the dumbbells all over the place. Or another example, people who put the dumbbells back with opposite of their mate in the wrong places. They have a 25 and a 50 and they're matched up together. So many different examples. I cannot stand that. Re-rack your weights, people. It's one of the unwritten gym commandments. Let's do better. Not talking to any of you guys because you follow me, you're here. There's no way you're one of those people breaking that commandment. And if you are, fix it. Hate that number 1.
So this next movement, this is an abductor and adductor machine. These are the abductors. I do 4 sets of 12 of these. Some people call this the sus machine, but again, those people are just insecure. This is adduction for 4 sets of 12. The difference is when you abduct, you're taking away. When you add, you're adding.
All right. For my first, love that. My first love that I would have to say when it comes to the gym is I love a consistent person. I love seeing people that are consistent. I'm not really one that does a ton of people watching, but obviously if you go to the gym on a regular basis and you see the same people all the time, they're going after their goals the same way you're going after yours. You gotta love that. You gotta appreciate that. I'm not talking about like when you go to the gym and you always see like the kids with the pajama pants and the curly hair hogging the equipment, just bullshitting. No, I'm talking about the people that are there just minding their business and getting to it. Like, those are my favorite kind of people. I'm one of those people. And also too, it doesn't just correlate to the gym, like it correlates to life. I feel like if you can be consistent in the gym, then you can also be consistent in other aspects of your life. And everyone knows that consistency, makes the master. That's how you become the master of your own fate and destiny, and master whatever you're trying to master. The phrase is actually repetition makes the master, but still, consistency is a form of repetition, right? So yeah, one of my favorite things that I love that for the gym is a consistent person. Like, I love seeing people getting after their goals in the gym and in life.
All right, this is pretty standard. We're doing leg extensions. I do 4 sets of 12 to 15. I try to have a decent hold at the top, controlling the weight on the way down. Then you got hamstring curls, same process, 4 sets of 12 to 15, controlling the weight, and really just, keeping a nice tempo.
All right, it's that magical time again. Drum roll for Hate That number 2. That was trash, but you guys got the gist of it. I do my own sound effects. For the next Hate That for gym content, I absolutely hate when people do not wipe down the machine after they use it. Now, there are those occasions where maybe there's a person that doesn't sweat that much. Maybe they don't work that hard. Who knows? Or maybe they just have great pores. Who knows? Sure. For those people that don't sweat and there's none of that stuff on the machine they use, maybe. That's a very rare case. You don't see it always. Even women sweat, though they like to say they don't, some of them. Everybody sweats. It's okay. It's perfectly natural. What isn't natural is not cleaning up after yourself in the gym. No one wants to bathe in your juices or sit on your dirty pour water, after you've been somewhere. No one wants to do that. I sweat a lot in the gym. I make sure to wipe down things that I use because honestly, I'm kind of gross sometimes when I sweat. So I'm trying to be considerate. And if you feel like you don't need me to do that, then you're a weird person. But also, shout out to you. You belong here. You're supposed to be on this channel because you love me, and that's great. But if not, and even if so, you guys should be all wiping down the machines after you use them because it's gross. And no one wants to deal with that. Like, that's how little infections are spread, like rashes and things, etc., etc. I don't know. Some people might not mind it. Me personally, call me a diva, call me whatever, call me a clean freak or whatever. I prefer it. You know what I mean? Do I expect it to always be done? No, because that's life and people are disappointing. But will I always do it? Absolutely. Got to be the change you want to see, right, people? So, Hate That number 2. People that don't wipe down the machines after they use them.
Now I'm just grabbing a bar to get ready for some back bar squats. Whenever I do have a squat session, I always like to warm up with just the bar. I usually do like 6 to 12 reps, and I treat the bar like it actually has weight on it. It's good just for getting your body ready to make that movement. After that, I like to warm up with 135 for 6 to 12 reps as well. Pretty standard. Then I usually do either a couple sets of 225 or I might do just like one set of 12 of 225 and go up to a bigger weight after that. It all depends on the day. Here you're not actually going to see me lift. This is just me loading up the bar for it. But I did do a set of 12. Now here, I believe on this day I was like, all right, I feel like doing maybe 4 sets of 3. And then maybe at sometimes when I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do 4 sets of 3, I'll feel myself a little bit, and I'll do an additional set of maybe like 4 just to really see what I got in the tank. I'm not always maxing out. Sometimes I'm just trying to get a good lift in.
All right, and for the next love that number 2, This one is surprising and it's new and it really speaks volumes for the type of person that I have slowly become in the gym. Honestly, believe this or not, every now and again, I love when someone asks to work into a set with you and you guys are about the same weight or, doing about the same weight and you got the same like pace of working, same seriousness. And it's just a vibe, like you don't know the person, but it works out. You know what I mean? If you'd asked me that a couple months ago, I would have never said this one. But, I just happened to have a gym experience one time where this guy, like when I got to the gym, he needed to use the leg extensions. And I had just got on the leg extensions. He's like, can I work in? And I was like, sure, bro. I didn't want to be an ass. And honestly, good tempo. We vibed. It wasn't weird. Boom. All right. I'm like, all right, bro. There you go. Cool. So I go to squat next because, I like to do leg extensions before I squat. You've either seen that already or you will see that. I like to do leg extensions before I squat because, warms up the knees, gets some blood going in the joints. And guess who is right next to me squatting, doing his thing. I'm doing mine. We're chilling, vibing. It's cool. I'm like, oh, wow, we're following each other. Then we go to the calf raises. He also needs to use it. He's not following me. We just happen to have the same rotation of work. And he's like, damn, bro, I like your workout, man. And I was like, hey, I like yours too. He's like, you mind if I work out? I'm like, absolutely. And then we chatted it up and we just vibed. I do not remember my guy's name, but I'm sad that he doesn't go to my gym anymore because he was such a cool dude. So on the rare occasions that someone asks to work in and the vibe is right, that's something I love. And if you haven't experienced that yet, I hope one day you do. Love that number 2.
Leg press. This was my first set. Yeah. We were just warming up. 4 sets of 10 to 12. Do a weight that makes sense to you. All depends on the day. On my last 2 sets, I think I did 5 plates and a quarter on the top. I don't know what the weight of that is, because every leg press is calibrated differently. I think some start off with 150. Just the machine itself, not sure.
All right. For hate that, number 3. Are we ready for this, people? Again, I know that I said the first hate that, which was not re-racking weights, was something that we see all the time. But this one, we've all seen it. It's a never-ending cycle. It's never any less disappointing when we see it. And also, again, I am not a people watcher too often. I am, but I'm not like, I'm letting people mind their business. I'm not trying to judge them too much. But when I see this third hate that gym edition, I just can't help myself. And I'm sure you guys can too. Can you guess what it is? Drum roll. Again, that's trash, I know. But you get it, right? What is it? Ego lifting. Right? Ego lifting. Oh man, we've all seen it, and every time it's always just so ridiculous. I've seen so many counts of it. I don't know what to do with myself. All I can do as a person is just make sure I don't go up to them and be like, bro, what are you doing? Like, because it's not my business, but it's always crazy. And usually they're either going to hurt themselves, hurt someone around them, or break the equipment. Or, on a rare occasion, walk away feeling like they done something when they really didn't do anything. They might as well not be at the gym. That one. This is up there on the list. By the way, these are, I was going to say they're in no particular order, but maybe it's like a backwards thing. Maybe what I start with is what I like enjoy the littlest and what I hate the least, etc. So this is pretty high on the list. Sorry if that was confusing. Ego lifting. Come on, guys. Again, when I say guys, I'm not talking to you great people that are watching this, because I just know you guys aren't those people. Come on, people out there who aren't watching these videos because they aren't the chosen yet, right? Please don't ego lift, man. Take your time. Enjoy the process. Trust the process. That doesn't mean be lazy and not lift heavyweight. But that just means listen to your body. respect the process, guys. Ego lifting is so unnecessary, and you're gonna do something more times than not that you can't reverse, as far as like an injury or something, right? So hate that number 3. It's a big boy. Ego lifting.
Alright, here we're just doing some Smith machine calf raises again. Usually I do like 12 to 15 reps per set. Just 4 sets of that. Shout out to my boy Raphael making a cameo. Also, if you watched my video last week where I did an unorthodox leg day, this is the Smith machine I prefer for this particular movement. And that's not me saying I don't like angle Smith machines, I just prefer them more for incline bench press. But anyway, this is my typical standard leg workout. Normally I would do walking lunges or maybe some goblet squats after, but on this particular day I was just a little bit more tapped. So for the rest of the video, we're just going to continue with the love that, hate that. I hope you guys are enjoying the content so far. Thanks.
All right, we're back. Now, rolling off of the last hate that, we're going into the third love that for the gym edition. Got to keep saying that so you know. Gym edition, right? The third one's pretty simple. Like I said, it plays off of the last one, which was ego lifting. If you missed that, do not ego lift. I love people who lift good, adequate weight in the gym. You know, like, again, I just, you just know when you see it. You know, like when you see people that are like getting it in, they're lifting heavy, and it doesn't always have to be heavy. Sometimes they're lifting for form and controlling the weight, making sure that they have good mind muscle connection, maybe doing some high reps for some progressive overload. You know, like high reps and then increasing the weight, dropping the reps, however you want to do it. But like, I love when I see people just doing it right, you know, working on their form, trying to get stronger, not trying to kill themselves because they're letting their ego get in the way, or they're telling themselves that they can lift the weight that they can. You know, you might not be able to lift it today, but if you're doing the right thing all the time and as often as possible, you'll be able to lift it eventually. You know, that's what I love. Me, I'm not somebody I'm never worried about what somebody is worried about when it comes to me. You know, like sometimes I might be lifting something that some people are like, damn, I was lifting that when I was 12. It is what it is, bro. You know, this is what I should be lifting right now in this present moment because I'm listening to my body and I am trusting the process. You know what I mean? Like, for example, there was a point, I'm sidebarring, but it's relevant to this conversation. When I first got back into the gym consistently, like about a year ago, I want to say, my shoulder was so messed up. I was so weak. I couldn't even bench 135, like, you know. But imagine if I just was like, I'm just too big to not be able to lift 135. And I just kept ignoring the pain that I was having in my shoulder and didn't try to fix it. You know, like really try to heal the process and trust the process and work my way up to 135 again on bench. You know, what would I have done? I'd have made the situation worse. I probably would have done some irreversible damage. But instead, I trusted the process. I did my research. I got something that helped fix my shoulder. I also lifted adequate weight and focused on my form. And now we're crushing 135 again, just like we should have, and just like we always did back in the day, right? But now we're back. It's a thing of the past because I didn't get caught up in the wrong things. Like I just focused on where I was right now. So I love when I see people doing that. Honestly, not to bring gender into play, but a lot of the times, bro, women are like really crushing it. Anytime I see like certain women in the gym, their form is on point. They're not overlifting. They are trying to do the thing, right? Not saying that guys aren't. You know, guys, we're guys. You know, like when we know what we're doing the thing. But some of us be out here doing some craziness. Women ain't trying to hurt themselves. Men, we just lack brain cells on occasion. You know, so. Yes, I love when I see people trusting the process and doing the adequate work and the proper work to get where they're trying to go for their fitness goals or any goals. You know, sidebar. Again, the gym is like life. The gym correlates to life. All right. So, you guys remember how I said this list went from like bottom to top, right? That is absolutely true when I talk about this next topic. I have always, even before I was really valid in the gym or good or had a true understanding of how one should maneuver through the gym, I have always hated this one so much. Can you guess what it is? I'll wait. No, don't worry. I'll tell you. Hate that number 4, bro. Gym edition. Write it down. Remember it, guys. I cannot stand people who superset the building. Supersets are great. Supersets are awesome, especially if you're in a time crunch. They're great. But there is a manner and a process to supersetting. I'm going to tell you the one that does work. Let's say you're doing bench, right? Maybe you're doing bench, and then you get off the bench and you stay right next to the bench. You do some push-ups. Boom, right? That's a superset. A good one. Another form of a superset. This one would be tough, but you could do it, right? Let's say you do some back bar squats on a squat rack, right? You also have some dumbbells right next to you at that same squat rack, and you just jump right into some dumbbell RDLs. That is a superset. You are still in the same vicinity. You're at your camp. You're not taking up too much space. It's fine. Respectable superset. I mess with that. You know, there are plenty of other things that you can superset. They're in the same vicinity, but those are the best examples I can give you quickly, right? Those are just off the dome. Now, an example of a superset that I hate and that I have seen far more times than I would like as well. You got a guy, he's doing the squats, right? Then he's going to all the way across the building to go do the leg extensions. Then he's going to find this random pull-up bar on another side of the building, and he's going to do some pull-ups really quick. And then that guy's going to go to the dumbbell rack on the other side of the building, and he's going to do some bicep curls, right? And then he's going to go back to the leg extension machine that is also the hamstring curl machine and do those, and then make his way back to the squat rack and expect you or no one else to touch any of the things that he's using, because everything that I just mentioned is a part of his superset. I know you guys are like, no way. No one's ever done that. You've never seen that. Bro, I've seen that. I've seen that a time or two, and it is just crazy. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We should be more considerate, people. Not you guys. The guys that aren't here yet. Be more considerate, right? Do not superset the building, guys. Supersets are great. I'm a fan of them. I do them myself. But do them properly, and make sure you're not taking up other people's time, taking up the machine that they might need because you're supersetting the building. Hate that number 4, but number 1 on my list. Yes. All right. And to close out the video, the last love that I have for the gym edition is, I love when that weight or that workout that used to, like, when you first do it for the first time, or you've never done it before, or if you've done it a couple times, but you can't really do it right, the thing that used to conquer you, I love when you do the work and you stay consistent and you stay down and you conquer that thing. Like I just said earlier, you know, there was a point when my shoulder was messed up, and I could not I couldn't bench 135. Like, I couldn't do 12 reps or maybe even 4. I was so weak, right? Now, I crush it. It's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I love that when the work starts to show. Like, when the consistency pays off. All of the love that's for the gym kind of correlate, I think, personally. But yeah, I love when the consistency pays off and when the work speaks for itself. You get in what you put in. Like I said, that's one of the things that I love about the gym. The gym really does correlate to life, as I said. If you want muscles, what do you have to do? You have to lift weights and do the work. And that's the best part. When you do the work and the results start showing up. Simple, you know, you guys let me know in the comments some things that you love in the gym or some things that you hate. I would love to, like, cover those or do another version of this with a different workout or something like that. Or you guys can also give me other topics that you might want to cover or talk about, as long as they're not like politics or religion, because, you know, I just don't want to bring that type of vibe to this channel. You know, obviously, like, I believe in the creator and stuff, but, you know, the world's already got enough things going on. I don't want this channel to be that. So give me some good topics, give me some good ideas, let me know how you felt about this, and we'll definitely cover them and speak on them more. Like I said, in the beginning, if you've watched my other videos or if you haven't, I do plan to do more lifestyle content as well, so don't always just expect it to be these types, or don't feel like you know what you're gonna get when you see me all the time. It'll definitely be like fitness related or life related or mental health related or maybe even anime, but it'll be you getting to know me on the best terms. But it'll definitely have gym in it a lot too. All right guys, it's your boy 10th signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Open to any feedbacks or comments. Yeah, man, I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.